Nigerian states which are also very strong and taking the lead in the entire West Africa. That is the Kano State, Kaduna State, Zamfara State, Jigawa State, and Sokoto State. Zamfara State, they are all, and Lagos State. Now, West Africa, we are tending together with Sierra Leoneans and then those from Benin. Senegal, Guinea, and the rest could not make it, but we have done it. Wow. So it's for us to ensure that the Malaysian experience, the Indonesian experience, that has actually transformed families up to a level where they are also able to give zakat and not to receive. At the same time, they make sure that women are empowered. You can see the photograph.
I mean, there's always a misconception that Islam
after the 15,000 women in the school, this Nuru Imam, that's the name of the school, Nuru Imam, the Darul Najah, these are examples of these schools. The ladies there are being trained from P1 to university. A good number of them are from families that were orphaned. They were orphaned during the tsunami. Okay. So this Imam who owned the Wakaf, I mean, that's his property. Yeah. Work for us, if it's given out, is given to Allah for the rest of the world. The family cannot inherit it. They cannot inherit it. It's a permanent, a perpetual endowment for the less endowed. This is happening somewhere else. You can see the number. Some do not even know their parents because the tsunami actually caused a lot of harm, and therefore they have to depend on work institutions. And this work of institutions is managed by a government-controlled ministries. I mean, institutions. They are managed.
Managed in such a way that there's no corruption?
There's no corruption. I mean, people who are in charge are known by the government or certified by the government. They are monitored, and everyone in need can be brought there. And wonderfully, can you imagine that in Indonesia, I did not see any beggar on the street. There is no child beggars on any street, not even at any mosque. If you see them, they are contributing something, they are working towards something, they are cleaning something, or just making a provision.
Because in the West Africa example, it looks like Islam endorses begging. And so you see helpless Muslims on the street.
So everyone is working. You are contributing something. So if more of us work and contribute to society, the national income will be such a way that if it is shared, everybody will get something. So they discourage begging, they discourage lawfulness, they discourage foolishness, and they discourage unproductive life of others, attitude. Therefore, you know the result. Apart from being comfortable, their children have become so disciplined from the very youthful age up to the level. You see, up to the level. Okay. So that is what is achieved, yes.
We will go for a quick break and then we're back with more on Zakat Hour. I'm not even hearing sound from...
The Ghana Zakat and Sadaqah Fund was established in 2010 by the Muslim caucus in Parliament, a yeoman's job done by our leaders in Parliament. It's since brought together an organized platform for the collection and administration of Zakat and Sadaqah in Ghana. Since the inception in 2010, we've had subscriptions from the Ghana Police Service, and a large body of our brothers and sisters in the public service who make their contributions through the Controller and Accountant General, and also the police through the Police Pay Office. We've also got brothers and sisters in the public sector and the private sector who have established standing orders with their various bankers to ensure that they pay the Zakat and Sadaqah Fund. The Zakat and Sadaqah Fund is administered by a board of trustees who do the work on a pro bono basis. It's also administered by an executive team that are on very maintenance salary. And just to emphasize that the bulk of the collections of Zakat and Sadaqah goes to the use of needy Muslims and Ghanaians who qualify according to the rules of Zakat and Sadaqah. We have since the inception assisted a large number of Muslim students, boys and girls, to access education across the entire spectrum. We've also facilitated income-generating activities for widows and other needy brothers and sisters who have come and qualified under a very strict selection criteria. This is to appeal to all Muslims in Ghana to avail themselves this unique opportunity to fulfill this very important pillar of Islam, zakat, and also to continue to provide sadaqah to the Ghana Zakat and Sadaqah Fund so that we can mobilize enough resources to be a force for change as prescribed by our Holy Prophet, and a force for change so that we can be a credible non-governmental agency to continue our effort to assist Ghana overcome the challenges of the less needy.
You're welcome back to Zakat Hour on GTV, and that's the board chairman Alhaji Alhassan and Danny that we just watched of Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund, endearing you to lend your support and a helping hand to the Zakat Fund to be able to support the less privileged in society. I'm here with Hajj B.M Adam, he's the CEO of Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund. We've been talking lots about the Malaysian and the Indonesian example of Waqf and donations and sadaqah, and how they've been able to take out a lot of the population from poverty and empowering lots of women and girls in schools from, the very young age to the university. So Haj, before we went on the break, we're talking about the begging and the example, the Indonesia-Malaysian example, and how you said you don't see the less privileged Indonesians on the streets begging.
The Indonesian population is around 300 million, with about 87% being Muslim, 277 million being Muslim. But I never saw a beggar on the street. I never saw a beggar even near the mosque. And I never saw anyone being angry. I mean, people are fighting, foul talk here and there, misguided statements. No. I didn't see anything like that. It has always been the case.
They don't have tendencies
People
for violence.
Smiling. No. You see, when you are able to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, all these things vanish. So the Zakat institution has been implemented so well in Indonesia to a level that, in fact, they are benefiting greatly. They don't need external support. Just redistribute the wealth so that the less endowed will get something from the those who are well endowed.
Alhaji, I'm just wondering, do you have all these US aid, UN aid, all those, or they rely on them?
There is nothing like that. What you see almost everywhere is BASNA. BASNA is a national Indonesian institution.
Right.
BASNA and the Waqf institutions. These are offices, very well-known offices, monitoring the mobilization of zakat, distribution of zakat, and management or utilization of zakat. So that those who have received, they are being empowered economically. How are they bringing up themselves to a level whereby they can also be givers instead of continuing to be receivers? That's the level they have reached. So it has worked. The prophetic instruction for us to have to emphasize the third pillar has worked on this earth in some countries.